All right, let's
Hello?
go. Let's kick it off and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Regent Crane on this hot August afternoon. Welcome to the Telephonic Academic and Health Affairs Committee meeting of August 3rd, 2020. Let's note the time. It is 2 o'clock on this day. The meeting has been duly posted with the Secretary of State as required by the open meeting laws. Please note the audio of this meeting is being broadcast live. Also, before we take the roll call, same old thing here. If you're not speaking, please mute your phone and unmute it when you need to speak. All right, let's turn to Laura now and take a roll call. But let's start with the regents first. Would any of the regents on this call please check in with Laura? Laura?
Sure. Regent Crane.
Here.
Regent Edwards.
Regent Edwards here.
Thank you. Regent Harrell.
I'm here.
Thank you. Regent Flores.
Here.
And do we have any other regents on the call? Okay, thank you.
All right, good. Let's see. After this, Laura, will you take a roll call of the system office representatives, please?
Of course. Chancellor McCall.
Here.
Dr. Hayek.
Here.
Vice Chancellor Cunningham.
Here.
Vice Chancellor Harper.
Here.
We have Derek Alexander.
Here.
Carol Fox.
Here.
My understanding, we have Pierce Mitchell.
Here.
And do we have any other system staff on the call? Okay, thank you.
Sounds like we've got that. Let's move now, Laura, to a roll call for the component representatives. Go ahead.
Sure. Lamar University.
Dr. Nichols and Dr. Evans are here.
Thank you. Sam Houston.
Dick Ailser is here.
Thank you. Sol Ross.
Rob Kanukin.
Thank you, Rob. Texas State.
Denise Strauss and Jean Bourgeois.
Thank you, Dr. Strauss. LIT.
Lonnie Howard, Carrie Mix, Angela Hill.
Thank you, Dr. Howard. Lamar State College Orange.
Tom Johnson, Wendy Elmore.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. And finally, Lamar State College Port Arthur. I know we had Dr. Renard.
Yes, Betty Renard and Pam Millsap.
Pam. All right, thank you. That concludes roll call.
All right, Laura, good job. Let's turn now to Dr. Hayek. John and I had a chance to go over the agenda. He fully briefed me on it. So let's turn to John now, and we'll have John, who will present us with the Academic and Health Affairs Committee meeting agenda. John?
Great, thank you, Regent Crane. Good afternoon, everyone. First, before we jump in, I just really quickly wanted to say thank you to our presidents and chief economic officers on the call today and their leadership teams for just really doing amazing work this summer, planning for the fall. As we all know, it's difficult enough in the typical year. The current health crisis makes it 100 times more challenging. And so, not only do they have to be academic experts in getting their institutions ready, but of late, over the last several years, they've had to be, weather experts to deal with hurricanes and floods, and social justice experts, and technology experts, and public health experts now, and just they've really done an amazing job. So I definitely want to extend my thank you to them. So with that, I'd like to jump in, and our first item is Sam Houston State University modifying their undergraduate admissions criteria. Dr. Eggleston?
Thank you, Dr. Hack. The first one is, although our current admission standards allow us to evaluate an applicant without seeing standardized scores. Since scores are not really readily available right now, we want to make sure this is a known policy and that we can evaluate it 2 years down the line.
Great, and Regent Crane, this is similar in other regions. This is similar to the 3 items that the board approved at the special meeting earlier this summer, just for your information.
I remember those. Shall we go ahead now, John, and take a vote on this?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, Regents, I move that Sam Houston State University be approved to temporarily use a test optional approach for freshman admission requirements for students entering the following semester: spring 2021, summer 2021, fall 2021, spring, summer, and fall 2022. I vote to approve it. Regent Edwards, how do you vote?
This is Regent Edwards. I say yes.
Very good, thank you. And Regent Harrell?
Regent Harrell, I say yes.
All right, good. John, back to you.
Great. The next item is another Sam Houston State item. It's a new Master's of Science in Athletic Training. Dr. Eagleshire?
Yes, the Commission of Accreditation on Athletic Training has changed their standards. They will soon stop accrediting undergraduate programs where we are currently accredited. Instead, they're only going to evaluate master's level programs. This year, the Commission will allow our accreditation to transfer from the undergraduate level to the graduate level. The program we're asking for right now will allow 2 options for students: a traditional master's program, which will require 58 student credit hours, and a 3+2 program, which will allow students to take 94 to 95 undergraduate hours and allow the transfer of about 26 of the 58 graduate hours to complete their baccalaureate for a total of 154 hours. Workforce statistics suggest the athletic training job demands in Texas is 5% above the national average, with Harris County showing the greatest demand in Texas. So therefore, we think it's worth looking at.
Okay, thank you. John, I'll put this to a vote if we're ready. I move that Sam Houston, oh, John, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
Okay. I move that Sam Houston State University be authorized to offer a degree program and associated new course additions leading to the Masters of Science in Athletic Training, housed in the Department of Kinesiology within the College of Health Sciences, to be implemented upon final approval by the TSUS Board of Regents and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. Regent Edwards, how do you vote?
This is Regent Edwards. I confirm and vote yes.
Very good, thank you. And Regent Harrell, your vote, please. Nikki, you might unmute, check that.
Thank you. I thought I did. This is Nikki. I do vote yes. Thank you.
All right, thank you. John, that's moved now to the agenda next week, so go ahead with the next item.
Great. Actually, the next 3 items are items from Lamar Institute of Technology, and we'll do each one separately in terms of voting to move them forward. First one's addition of a shielded metal arc welding certificate. President Howard or Dr. Mix, would you like to take this one?
Hey, John, I'm going to ask that Dr. Mix report on the next 8 academic items.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to address 3C, the addition of the shielded metal arc welding level 1 certificate. We currently offer an associate's degree, and we're approached by Beaumont Independent School District, our largest K-12 feeder, and they asked us to provide a 3-semester 18 semester credit hour certificate that will help their students progress and be able to work out in the field while pursuing an associate's degree. And this is what we're bringing forward for you all today to vote on. Do you have any questions?
John, I'll put this to a vote then, if no questions. I move that Lamar Institute of Technology be authorized to offer a level 1 shielded metal arc welding certificate to be implemented upon final approval by the TSUS Board of Regents and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, effective fall 2001. Regent Edwards, how do you vote?
This is Regent Edwards. I vote yes.
Thank you very much. And now Regent Harrell, how do you vote?
Regent Harrell, I vote yes.
All right, good. Thank you. John? Item 3D.
Yeah, the next item, 3D is the addition of a pipe welding level 2 certificate. Dr. Mix?
Okay, 3D, the addition of the pipe welding level 2 certificate was based on the recommendation from our welding advisory committee that will allow us to meet a local workforce demand. It will be a 37 semester credit hour over 3 semesters. Do we have any questions?
Are there any questions? Okay, let's put this to a vote. I move Lamar Institute of Technology be authorized to offer a level 2 pipe welding certificate to be implemented upon final approval by the TSUS Board of Regents and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, effective this fall 2020. Regent Edwards, how do you vote?
This is Regent Edwards. I vote yes.
All right, Regent Harrell.
Regent Harrell, I vote yes.
All right, very good. John, take us to 3E?
3E, yes, is the addition of a residential HVAC installation certificate level 1. Dr. Mix?
Yes, the 3E is similar to the prior certificate level 1. We offer the associate's degree in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, and we're approached by Beaumont Independent School District to offer a certificate level 1 to their students, which will occur over 4 semesters and is 16 semester credit hours. This will allow the students to begin working in the HVAC field while they are pursuing and completing their Associate of Applied Science in HVAC Technology. Have any questions?
All right, with no questions, John, I'll put this to a vote as well. I move that Lamar Institute of Technology be authorized to offer a residential heating, ventilation, and air conditioning HVAC installation level 1 certificate to be implemented upon final approval by the TSUS Board of Regents and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, effective fall 2021. Regent Edwards, your vote, please.
This is Regent Edwards. Vote yes.
Thank you. And Regent Harrell, how do you vote?
Regent Harrell, I vote yes.
All right, very good. That passes to the full board agenda. John, take us to 3F.
Right. The next item is just information only item. This is the our system-wide certified enrollment report for the spring 2020. Just very quickly, folks can see that overall we were up 1% in the spring of 2020 versus the spring of 19, which kind of given the uncertainty around the virus, and certainly a great job of our institutions kind of holding on and engaging their students during the spring semester. We'll note that the 1% increase really was driven by particularly strong increases at our Southeast Texas institutions. Lamar University was up 5% in the spring, and LIT was up a dramatic 23% from the previous year. And Lamar State College Orange and Lamar State College Port Arthur were both up 3% in the spring of 2020 from the previous year. So it's, again, that's information only, so no vote needs to be taken on that. With that, we'll kind of move into the consent agenda items. And as like we've done previously, Regent Crane will kind of will move through these without taking a vote individually, and then we will ask for a one vote to move all the consent items forward, if that's okay with you.
That's perfect, John. Lay it out for us.
Okay, sounds good. So the first several items are items from Lamar University, and I'll turn it over to President Evans or Dr. Nichols to walk us through those. And institutions, if you don't mind, just pausing briefly after each one of the items, just in case there's a question from one of the regions.
Great. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lamar University. Our first consent item is to merge our Bachelor of Arts in Applied Sciences and our Bachelor of General Studies into one degree, a Bachelor of Art or Science in University Studies. This is to be effective in spring of 2021. These are degrees where students actually work in 2 or 3 different areas, but we have found that we're duplicating efforts, and we think that by combining the 2, we will strengthen both of them. They will end up with better outcomes and better job readiness skills. So we're calling those university studies or dash degrees, a Bachelor of Art or Science in University Studies, dash health, dash business, whatever, which is similar to what they've been doing, but we think it actually strengthens their case for employment. So it involves no money. It is a change simply of the degree title and where we're housing them. They will continue to be housed in the College of Arts and Sciences, and no additional faculty or administrative staff are needed to implement this change. Does anybody have any questions?
This is Regent Harrell. There's no question. I think that was 3J. Is that correct?
Correct. This is Laura. I'm showing that one as what Regent Harrell said, and 3H and 3I above that. So I'm not sure what.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Dr. Nichols, if you have the.
I'm sorry, I thought they were in the order that I had them, so I apologize.
Yeah, Dr. Nichols. Yeah, the first 3H is the change the name of the Office of Planning and Assessment.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I apologize. The consent is the change of the name of the Office of Planning and Assessment to University Planning and Assessment. This is to recognize that we are broadening the scope in order to avoid losing some of our assessment and planning pieces. The functions had been split up in a couple of different offices, and we're pulling them together and reorganizing the Office of Planning and Assessment to include things like the program improvement reports and other compliance and SACS accreditation issues.
All right. Any questions? If not, John?
Yep, great. The next item, 3I, is the changes to the Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering degree plan. Dr. Nichols?
Yes, this is specifically adding one course, just one credit course in the Advanced Circuits Lab. We have been working with area community colleges on 2+2 degrees, and with electrical engineering, we have discovered that they're missing the lab in advanced circuits. So we have added that one course to the degree plan. The degree plan will remain at 120 hours.
Great. And we've already had the summary of 3J, which was the merger of the two bachelor's programs. Dr. Nichols, I think we're at 3K right now, is the modification of the existing Bachelor of Science in Speech and Hearing Services.
Yes, sir. This is to modify the degree in the Bachelor of Science in Speech and Hearing. It moves some requirements around. They had to reorganize the sequence of courses and the numbers of courses in the major field to meet accreditation standards. They moved 12 hours of introductory courses, foundation courses. It does not extend the degree, but does significantly reorganize the degree plan. The next one is the name change, the modification of the online Master of Music in Music Education. This was making that master's degree consistent with other master's degrees that we are currently offering from 36 to 30 credit hours, and it moves a few courses from required courses in music theory and literature into elective courses. The next item is the name change of the Dan F. Smith Department of Chemical Engineering to include the title Biomolecular Engineering, effective fall. One of the areas that we were looking at and that we have faculty with developing expertise in is biomolecular engineering. This was to provide some visibility and place for that engineering piece to go, so it became part of chemical engineering. The next one is the restructure of our business, Bachelor of Business Admin, the Management Information System, with an addition of 2 tracks, one in Enterprise Systems and one in Business Analytics. We're really excited about this change. This is adding into that BBA program of the data analytics piece that we believe we've had quite a bit of demand for at the graduate level, and believe that we can better prepare students at the undergraduate level by the addition of those courses and that area of concentration. And the last item for us is the restructuring of the College of Business. Our College of Business has voted to have 2 academic units, a School of Accounting and Information System, and a Department of General Business. We are basically taking the 2 strongest programs in the college, the accounting and the MISSI program, making them one department, and then putting all of the other areas, marketing, management, et cetera, together under a general business umbrella.
Excellent. So that's the end of the Lamar University items. And next we have several items from Sam Houston State University. Dr. Egglesare, would you like to start with 3P? 3P, the degree program reinstatement for the Master's of Arts in Teaching.
Yes, we're requesting 3 things. One is to have the program reinstated. 2, title from Master's in Teaching to the Master's of Teaching and Learning. And 3, the change to degree designation from Master's of Arts to Master's of Education. Initially, we had dropped this program because the alternative teacher programs, we thought the program was outdated. However, changes in the economy and student requests now suggest that there's both a need and a market. The title change, the degree designation change, are meant to better explain the focus of the program being more on pedagogy rather than a true academic degree. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Go ahead, Dr. Egglesare. You can move to the next one.
The next one, we're asking permission to offer a 12-credit certificate in criminal justice equity and inclusion based on the events the program in the College of Criminal Justice realizes such a need for both students who are preparing to become law enforcement officers as well as people currently in the field, that such a program would be attractive to them. We feel that, the marketability for both would be high, so we're asking to put this program on.
And the final item, go ahead, Dr. Eggleston.
That's all I had. I'm sorry. What's it?
There's a relocation graduate certificate of effective online instruction within the College of Education.
I do not have that. I get relocated. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can track it down, but it wasn't in my file.
Okay. Well, why don't we come back to that one? We'll move to the Lamar Institute of Technology has a number of consent items. Dr. Mix, would you like to start with 3S, revision of health informatics certificate?
Thank you, Dr. Hayek. Yes, 3S is the revision of the health informatics certificate. And this is upon the recommendation of the HIT Advisory Committee to add HITT 2339, Health Information, Organization, and Supervision. And it's designed to prepare students for organizational and supervision in the workplace. This will increase the semester credit hours from 20 to 23. Any questions? Moving to 3T, the revision of Health Information Associate of Applied Science. It's upon the recommendation of the HIT Advisory Committee that we update courses. We will change 2 courses and reduce a practicum, keeping the award to 60 semester credit hours. Noticeable add of the HITT 2339 that was added to the certificate. Any questions? Moving to 3U, revision of medical coding specialist certificate. Upon the recommendation of the Health Information Technology Advisory Committee to make course revisions, the addition of the HITT 2339 to the award, as well as changing HITT 2471 to 2430. That will increase the award from 39 semester credit hours to 42. 3V, the LIT consent revision of Associate of Applied Science and Welding Technology. This was based on the recommendation from the Welding Advisory Committee to increase the competencies and skills in structural welding. The revision will allow students to complete the AAS to have a combination degree that includes both structural and pipe. We have added Welding 1407, Introduction to Welding Using Multiple Processes, and changed our pipe fabrication layout and our Introduction to Layout courses. This will leave the award at 60 semester credit hours. Moving to 3W, LIT consent revision and title change of welding certificate to structural welding certificate level 1. And this was also based on the recommendation from the advisory committee to make the changes added to welding using multiple processes and deleting intermediate pipe and introduction to metallurgy, which will decrease the award from 30 semester credit hours to 26 semester credit hours. And I'll take any questions on 3S through W.
Great, thank you, Dr. Mix. The next item is a Lamar State College Orange item. President Johnson or Dr. Elmore, would you like to take this one? The program deletion for physical therapist assistant?
Thank you, Dr. Hyatt. This is Wendy Elmore. On behalf of Lamar State College of Orange, we are requesting the deletion of the physical therapy assistant program. It had become effective according to the coordinating board in January of 2009, but was never fully implemented. So I'm requesting that we remove it from the inventory, and we have no immediate plans to launch it again.
Great, thank you. And I think we can go back to 3R now with Dr. Egglesare, Sam Houston, if you'd like to just briefly talk about the graduate certificate in effective online instruction.
Thank you, Dr. Hack. I did find it basically it's just a cleanup of a previous decision that had been made when they changed the department to a new department. The program didn't go along with it. So right now it's just moving along, to relocating the certificate to the School of Teaching and Learning as opposed to Department of Library Science and Technology. The classes haven't changed. The program hasn't changed. It's just under which umbrella it's being located.
Great, thank you very much. And the final two consent items are 3Y and 3Z. 3Y are just a summary of curriculum changes across the institutions, which is routine. And the 3Z is a number of proposed new out-of-country study programs. And obviously, as happened earlier this spring, these are proposed, and I think everyone hopes that they can happen, but we have to plan for them. So with that, Regent Crane, that is it for the consent items.
All right. I want to thank you, Dr. Hayek, for leading us through that, and of course, all of the component representatives for discussing their changes on the academic and health affairs consent agenda. Therefore, I move that items 3H through 3Z on the consent agenda be moved to the full board at our next meeting. Regent Edwards, how do you vote?
I vote we move forward. This is Regent Edwards.
Thank you very much. Regent Harrell, your turn. How do you vote?
Yes, I agree. This is Regent Harrell. I agree to move them forward.
All right, and thank you for catching the missed consent agenda item, by the way. All right, I want to thank everyone for calling in, and unless there's any further discussion, this concludes our telephone meeting today. By the way, I look forward to seeing everyone next week at our board meeting at Sam Houston State University's new medical school in Conroe. I took a tour through it a couple of weeks ago. It is a fantastic institution. The students are surely to love it. All right, thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all calling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.